Well, hey, be joyful. I want to give you a little bit of a preview for Sunday's message coming up here. This is the Sunday after Thanksgiving, and hopefully you will be able to gather around with us as we look at the Word. We're starting off our Advent season and want to invite you to be a part of that as we remember the incredible story that leads up to the Messiah, to Jesus coming for us. And just what a beautiful, beautiful story it is of the goodness of our God. And, you know, our first Sunday of Advent at OB Joyful is one where we remember really the hard things. We remember why, one of the reasons why God has come for us in the person of Christ, and that is our sin. And, as I began preparing for this, it was hard. It was hard to step into that and think about what it is to talk about sin. We don't really enjoy that, and to be honest about that with you and to work through it. But I was reminded, as I always am, of the gracious goodness of our great God. I came across a little bit more than I had expected, and I want to share it with you. This is from Romans 3:21 through 23. It says this: "Now the righteousness of God has been manifested apart from the law, although the law and the prophets bear witness to it. The righteousness of God through faith in Jesus Christ is for all who believe. For there is no distinction, for all have sinned and fall short of the glory of God." You see, that word righteousness at the beginning, but now the righteousness of God has been manifested. That is not just God's separation from us in his ultimate morality. That is also what drives him. It's the core of what drives him to redeem us. His righteousness is not just being set apart in holiness. His righteousness is that power which drives him into restoring those who have walked away, to bringing those who could not be righteous into a right relationship with him. So we don't deserve it, but God brought us in. His redeeming righteousness given to us was the plan from the beginning, from the moment that we walked away from him. And it's manifested, it says right here, in Jesus Christ. It was told about in the law and the prophets, but Jesus made it real as he went to the cross for us. So Matthew 5:17, that's that Sermon on the Mount, where Jesus identifies himself. Right at the beginning, he says, "Don't think that I've come to abolish the law of the prophets. I haven't come to abolish them at all. I've come to fulfill them." You see, the righteousness of God is what separates him from us. It's the righteousness that Christ brings to us to redeem us. His righteousness is defined not just by separation, by holiness, but by making those who could not be right. What an amazing truth. And all of it is, in all of it, our sin sits in the middle. But because his righteousness is such a special thing, he brings us to himself. Hope that you'll be blessed by this Sunday. All right.